Over the past 2 years, the Johnston County Tax Office has been working on the 2011 countywide revaluation. Revaluation is a systematic, in-depth process of reappraising all of the real property in the county at its current market value. Market value, as defined by North Carolina General Statute 105-283, is the most probable or the most likely price for which the property would sell. It is not the highest, lowest, or average price. It implies that the buyer and the seller are fully informed of all of the purposes to which the property is best adapted and is capable of being used. Market value recognizes the property's current use as well as its potential use. Market value is established by the people who buy and sell real estate in the open market. It is not created or set by the appraiser or the tax office. The tax office reviews every sale of real property recorded in the Register of Deeds office. Our appraisers diligently and carefully research and analyze those sales to determine an estimate of market value. The tax office utilizes a neighborhood approach to valuation. They compare the sales within or close by each neighborhood to develop a schedule of values. The schedule of values contains standards and rules used in valuing different types of properties with similar characteristics. For example, the appraiser might be studying sales in your neighborhood where a 10-year-old single-family home with approximately 1,600 square feet, 3 bedrooms and 2 baths sells for $130,000. In this example, if your home has the same general characteristics, it should be valued at approximately $130,000. Properties such as single-wide mobile homes, business equipment, boats, airplanes, and farm equipment is valued for property tax each year. Depreciation for personal property is considered at the time the property is valued. Real property is valued once every 8 years under the premise that real estate does not appreciate or depreciate as quickly as personal property. As a property owner, you might be wondering why Johnston County is conducting a revaluation considering the current state of the economy. North Carolina law requires each county to complete a real property revaluation at least once every 8 years. Johnston County's last property revaluation was for tax year 2003. The law also requires counties to appraise real property uniformly and at 100% of its true market value. Although the real estate market has encountered instability during the past few years, the 2011 revaluation must consider what has happened with property values since 2003. Research indicates that even with the current economy, there still has been a net increase in market prices between 2003 and now. It is necessary to adjust real property values for changes in the market to ensure each property owner pays their fair share. Therefore, the primary purpose of the revaluation is to equalize the tax burden among all types of property and all property owners.
Many of you, the taxpayers of Johnston County, are aware that your property is being revaluated. We hope this presentation will explain why we're doing this and what it means to you as a taxpayer. Since 1971, state law has required each county to reappraise real estate at least once every 8 years and to appraise it at 100% of market value. We take revaluation seriously. The tax office has spent over 2 years analyzing this data. Let's take a look at what they have seen. As you just saw, not all property values have changed at the same rate. Market values have increased more for some neighborhoods and property types than it has for others. Some properties may have decreased in value while others may have remained the same. Johnston County, like all North Carolina counties, depends on property tax to fund programs and services for the citizens of the county. The county has limited sources for revenue. Collection of property taxes represents approximately 59% of the county's operating budget. Property taxes pay for services such as education, law enforcement, public safety, including emergency services, public health, social services, and others.
Although Johnston County Fire Departments and Emergency Medical Services are funded partially by fundraisers, contributions, and subscription programs, their primary revenue source is money provided to them from property taxation. This financial support is utilized for station construction, fire and EMS vehicles, protective equipment, and much needed supplies. This money is instrumental in providing a high level of emergency services to our citizens.
Most property owners are extremely interested in what effect the revaluation will have on their property taxes. Will my taxes increase? And if so, by how much? The tax office cannot answer these questions. That's because the property value is only one piece of the equation that determines the amount of tax a property owner will pay. The tax office is responsible for listing all properties and placing a value on each one. The county manager and finance director determine the amount of revenue needed to fund proposed services for the upcoming year. The county commissioners set the tax rate after careful review of the projected cost. The tax rate is then applied to each property's value to determine the amount of tax to be paid. The county tax rate is set by June 30 each year. Cities and towns will also use the new values to set their tax rates. No matter how thorough a revaluation may be, there are still some instances when a property owner has information that may influence the value of their property. Contact the revaluation office if you would like to schedule an appointment to review your property value with a member of the appraisal staff, or complete an informal appeal form and return it to the tax office. An appraiser will review the form and any supporting documentation. You will be notified in writing of the results of the review. Relief is available for qualified individuals. Persons 65 years of age or older, persons who are totally and permanently disabled, and qualified veterans may be eligible for property tax relief. The taxpayer must meet specific criteria and income limits apply. An application for property tax relief can be obtained by contacting the tax office or downloaded from our website. Additionally, persons actively engaged in farming may also qualify for tax relief. Agricultural, horticultural, and forestry land may qualify to receive present use valuation and be taxed on a reduced value. Ownership, acreage, and income requirements must be met. Present use valuation specialists are available to assist you with this program. Applications are available at the tax office or can be downloaded from our website.
As you can see, we do take the property tax revaluation process seriously. Our number one goal is fairness and equity. I hope this presentation has relieved some of the concerns you as a taxpayer may have about Johnston County's 2011 revaluation. Tax office employees are available to hear your concerns, answer questions, and provide assistance. For further information, contact the tax office at 919-989-5130.